Hello guys, this is Sachin Prasad and I'm a student of Vishwakarma Institute of Technology. This is the educational video and previously I have made the video on introduction of database management system, and in this video I'm going to explain data modeling. And let's begin. Data modeling we are going to study in this chapter. First is entity relationship model, keys, extended model, relational model, and codes rule. So, like beginning with the what is data modeling. A data model is a collection of conceptual tools for describing data relationship, data then consistency constraint. In simple terms, data model defines how the logical structure of a database is modeled. That is, data models defines how data is connected to each other and how they are processed and stored inside the system. Data model are fundamental entities to introduce abstraction in database management system. So database modeling is some type of thing in which like we structure a diagram, or we can say we structure a diagram of a data so that a developer can easily understand what to store and how to store the data in the database. So we have categories of a data model, like first is high level and or conceptual data models, and we have like low level and or physical data model. So high level provide concepts that are close to a way many users perceive data. Like um, how like it is an easy way of structuring a data or a database so that any user can easily understand the flow of data. And low level, like this provide a concept that describes the detail of how data is stored in the computer. Like basically, this is a step where data is stored in the system, and how it is stored in the system is comes under this comes under low level. Then we have entity relationship model. Model stands for an entity relationship model. An entity relationship model describes the structure of a database with the help of a diagram, which is known as the entity relationship diagram. Previously, I have like explained something about a diagram where like a diagram of a database, which is easier way to like understand the data is nothing but entity relationship diagram. And ER model is a design or a blueprint of a database that can later be implemented as a database. It is a high level data model. This model is used to define the data elements and relationship for a specified system. It helps developer to design the conceptual design, or you can say the logical design of the system from a data perspective. ER modeling, the database structure is portrayed as a diagram called entity relationship diagram. Okay, then we have entity relationship model. For example, suppose we design a school database. In this database, the student will be an entity with attributes like address, name, id, age. The address can be another entity with attributes like city, street name, pin code, etc. And there will be a relationship between them. Like I said before, this is the diagram, which is like we can say it is the way in which a developer, or we can say a user, can easily understand the data about the student. Like we have name, address, id, age. These are the attributes of the student identity. So why use diagrams? Helps you to define the terms related to entity relationship modeling and provide a preview of how all your tables should connect, what fields are going to be on each table. Helps to describe entities, attributes, relationships. Diagrams are translatable into relational table, which allows you to understand build databases quickly. ER diagram can be used by a database designer as a blueprint for implementing data in a specific software application. Like this is the basic thing. Like ER diagrams are the diagram or a flow of a data in which we have entity, we have attributes of that entity, and we have relationship between them. So this is the simple way in which a developer and a user can understand the data. So these are the symbols of representing data entity, or we can say entity attributes. So first is rectangles. This is a strong entity which represent the like student or employee, we can say all these things. And then we are like, we come to double rectangles. This is the double rectangle representation, which is also known as a weak entity sets. So we have ellipse, symbol represent attribute, like attribute of an entity. Double ellipse represent a multi-valued attribute. Multi-valued attribute, we can like understand this thing. A student have, or my friend have, like his name is Atharva, and he has three phone numbers with him. So Atharva is a strong entity, and his phone number is an attribute, but he has multiple phone numbers. So the phone numbers comes under multi-valued attribute. So this was the example for multi-valued attribute. Dashed ellipse, like this is the derived attribute. We can say age. Age is something which represent the person's age, but it changes after some duration. Like if my age in 2023 was 19, but in 2024 my age will be 20. So this was an example of a derived attribute which changes with the period of time. Diamonds, this symbol represent the relationship types. Lines, like it shows the like it links attribute to entity type and entity type with the relationship types. Primary key attribute are underlined. Next is entity relationship model. Yeah, diagram are created based on three basic concepts: entity, attribute, and relationship. I have explained this before also. Like here, where we have our entities, which are nothing but car and a student. Attributes are color of the car is blue, and uh, like color of the car is attribute, and name of the student is attribute. And we have a relation, like that student has a car. This is the relationship between a car and a relation student. Like for example, blue car belongs to a student child. So this is the relationship between them. Then we have component of ER diagram. Entity. An entity may be any object, class, person, or place in the ER diagram. An entity can be represented as rectangle. Okay. So this is an example of we can say a student. Like we are going to study this thing in the next video, but I will explain you this thing. Like this is our entity, and this is also our entity, and but the study is the relation between them. Like many students studies in one college, and the many one is the type of a relation between student and college. So many student studies in one college, in the same college, one college. Which one you uh, which one you are comfortable with? Then ER, this is the flow of like how the ER model is represented. So main thing is entity. In that we have strong and weak entity.